Welcome to Staying Healthy in a Time of Change and Uncertainty. This session is aimed at care partners and people living with dementia. I'd like to read a quote from L.R. Knost. Taking care of yourself doesn't mean me first, it means me too. I want to acknowledge the courage it takes to learn more about this disease and your commitment to your growth as a person affected by dementia. Today we're going to talk about why self-care is so important for staying healthy, and we'll share strategies for managing self-care in a time of change and uncertainty. If you find the need to talk about anything you hear today after the video ends, I strongly encourage you to connect with the First Link Dementia Helpline at 1-800-936-6033, and the numbers will also be on the last slide. How do you know when you need a break? Different people have different signals that tell them when they have done too much and need a break. Some people have said they feel low energy or that they are more irritable. Others say that they feel foggy or have trouble concentrating. Some don't sleep well, experience depression or physical pain. Others withdraw from other people, or they feel like a prisoner because they can't withdraw. Or it could be a combination of any of these signs. Now let's take a moment to pay attention to how you are feeling in this moment, or how you've been feeling in the past few days. Our feelings give us important information about ourselves, and they deserve attention. You will likely feel a variety of feelings. They are neither good or bad, although they may feel uncomfortable and you may wish you didn't have them. Now, consider what may be causing these feelings. What expectations do you have for yourself? What expectations do others have of you? Are these expectations realistic or rational? Some of your feelings may arise from being unable to change the situation you're in, a tough situation that you did not expect or want. Other feelings could arise from a sense that there's no end to the ongoing changes and feeling of uncertainty in daily life. You may feel like you've just adjusted to one change, then are faced with another. Human beings have a built-in ability to adjust to change. This is called resilience. We naturally find it easier to adjust to changes that are our choice, bring more gains than losses, and are final. Adjusting to change can be challenging when this pattern isn't followed, such as with dementia or how your daily life has changed as a result of the COVID-19 situation. Remember that living with dementia or caring for a person who's living with dementia takes tremendous time and effort. It's physical, mental, and emotional work. Your health is important, and your mind and body require attention to meet this challenge. By taking care of yourself, you increase your ability to cope with the changes brought by dementia. It doesn't mean everything will be perfect, but it does mean that you will manage better. We sometimes put up barriers that stop us from taking care of ourselves. One of those barriers include our internal narrative, how we talk to ourselves. Do any of these messages resonate with you? What are some of the messages you might tell yourself? Being a caregiver is hard, and living with dementia is hard. It can be easy to let the day-to-day demands and exhaustion overwhelm you. You may ignore the signs of stress and continue on because you feel there is no alternative. There are often alternatives, but we may put up barriers that stop us from taking care of ourselves because we don't know how to go about getting help, are feeling too overwhelmed, or are too involved in our grief to take the first step. These messages trap us and make caring for ourselves that much more difficult. Our body and emotions will often tell us when we've had enough, when we're in danger of burnout, and when we need to take a break. That's why it's so important to pay attention to ourselves by self-monitoring. One way in which we can monitor the messages we tell ourselves is through practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is about paying attention to what's happening within you and around you without judgment. This includes your thoughts and emotions, the sensations you feel in your body, the actions you're doing, and those in your surroundings. You can practice being mindful right now by drawing your attention to your body, how your feet feel on the floor, or noticing the weight of your body on the chair. Notice where your shoulders are positioned, Are they sitting up and tense, or are they relaxed and sitting comfortably? Feel the weight falling into your hips evenly. Take a deep breath and exhale. Practicing mindfulness can help you cope with constant change and uncertainty by increasing your ability to focus on how you're feeling in the moment. It's a way to take a mini break in your day, a chance to slow down and give your body and mind a rest. Picture a busy highway where the traffic represents your thoughts and emotions. You spend most of the time running around on the highway trying to stop the cars, and it generally doesn't work out well. Mindfulness is the ability to sit on the side of the highway and simply watch the cars pass. You're aware of them, but you're not trying to stop them. You can practice being mindful in any moment. It doesn't have to be a large task. Be present as you sip your morning coffee, wash the dishes, or walk the dog. Mindfulness can be practiced alone and with others. For example, being present with the person you're supporting or who is supporting you as you look at a photo album, read out loud, or feed the birds. It can be a moment, a minute, or longer. Some strategies for practicing good self-care, which require no extra demands on your day, include focusing on what you can do and trying your best to let go of what you can't. Where possible, find a way to take an active role in something that has changed in your life. For example, start a book exchange with a friend where you leave a book outside of their house and they yours. We can't control the library closures resulting from the COVID-19 situation, but we can use our creativity to find an alternative. You may find it helpful to visualize the things in your daily life that aren't within control, write them down on a list, and then throw it away as a symbolic cleansing of these concerns in your mind. Try making another list of things you do have control over in your day, such as what you choose to wear, what music you like to listen to, and focus on that. Be kind to yourself. Talk to yourself as you would a close friend. If you notice negative thoughts running through your mind, give yourself some reassuring words. Something short and simple like, "I'm having a hard time today. We all have bad days," or "I may not like this change, but I will adjust." It takes time, but with practice, it becomes easier to speak more compassionately with yourself. Be forgiving of yourself. Expect to make mistakes. None of us can do this perfectly. You will learn more as the journey progresses, but not without making mistakes to learn from first. Be flexible. Dementia is unpredictable. You will need to make changes to your home and routine as the disease progresses. Be flexible to the changes that will come, and it will help you to adjust and cope with them. As much as possible, find ways to take a break within your home. Read a heartwarming story or listen to your favorite song. Inserting intentional pauses into your day gives your body and mind a chance to slow down and refocus. Take time to remember the good and appreciate the moments of joy as they happen. Seek support. With physical distancing restrictions in place, it's more important than ever to maintain social connection with others. Call a friend or join a telesupport group to share how you're feeling with those going through a similar experience. It can help to have someone who understands and who can laugh or cry alongside you. Many people struggle with asking for help, particularly from family or friends. You may not want to impose, or you may be concerned about how the task is done. Consider, are these reasons logical or rational? Are they appropriate, especially now given the current situation? You may be surprised by how many people are willing and able to help you once you communicate to them what it is you need help with. Some community organizations, such as the United Way or local seniors organizations, have more formalized supports in place to connect you to others in the community who are willing and able to help. Some traditional formal support services may be available, such as those provided through the health authority or a private agency, for example, home care. I encourage you to contact your case manager or private agency directly to inquire about what this looks like in your region and what the processes are for accessing available services. When you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, try to remember the rose garden. The rose garden is about seeing the full picture and the ability to change perspective. A rose garden is filled with beautiful, lush greenery and vibrant, fragrant flowers. There are also thorns. There will be some days when the thorns are all we can see. Just remember, it is possible to see the beauty beyond the thorns sometimes. Roses are there. This is not an easy shift to make. It will take time and practice. Resilience helps us to stop and smell the roses, to see some of the gifts along the dementia journey. Reciting daily affirmations is one way to change your perspective. The more we tell ourselves that something is true, the more inclined we are to accept it as so. Some things you can say to yourself that might help you feel better are, I'm doing the best I can. I need and deserve time for myself. Each day, I'm learning to be kinder to myself. I can handle this. Try writing out a set of affirmations and putting them where you can easily see them, such as your bathroom mirror or your wallet. Affirmations work when they are spoken over and over again. This quote is from Marianne Radmacher. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. Remember that prioritizing your own self-care can help you to stay healthy and cope with the changes brought by dementia. Check in with yourself regularly. Are you eating well? Getting adequate physical activity? Sleeping too much or not enough? Keeping in touch with other people? Finding ways to continue doing the activities that you enjoy within this new normal is one way in which you can increase your resilience to cope with it. It can be very helpful to take some time to look at what you're doing well, so take a few minutes and think about the things that you are doing well. For example, you may find that you're taking time for yourself, or have learned to allow more family members to be involved, or how to accept help when it's offered. Maybe you have discovered that you're more patient, or that you're able to say no to others. Perhaps you are learning to appreciate the little things, or that you rest when you're tired and call a friend when you're overwhelmed. If you'd like, write down the things you're doing well and put it in some place that's easily accessible. Whenever you find yourself feeling overwhelmed by a moment or a day, use this list to remind yourself of what you're doing well and that you're doing the best you can. There are a few links in the information box below this video that you might find useful. If you have questions about information you've heard here or any other questions about living with dementia, please don't hesitate to call our First Link Dementia Helpline Monday to Friday. Our English service is available from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Cantonese, Mandarin, and Punjabi are available Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.